wish you an awesome holiday season, and I hope it was an awesome, great, beautiful one. It is no noise. The day after Christmas. Have to get back to regular work stuff. I guess schools are still out, but y'all know what it is. Let's go ahead and turn off this Christmas stuff. Get ready for New Year's and get ready for this new price action that we got, because we've got a new weekly candle close. And we're going to go ahead and check it out. To the charts. All right, we are attempting to break out. Daily close, pretty good here. It's better than closing below the 21, so it's kind of just neutral. We're kind of just hanging out on the tops here, which is usually pretty good for continuation, and this is in the bullish side. Let's go to the more important thing, though. I think the weekly. This engulfing candle last week is pretty nice. It is a little bit concerning that the bulls didn't have the power to even close like above the 21. That's a little weak sauce. So I'm not too fond. Man, it's cool because this is a textbook engulfing. So, I mean, it's really solidifying that like 50-ish K level. Excuse me. It's really solidifying the 50-ish K level, but man, it's just kind of lackluster. Like, bulls couldn't pump it like an extra little $800 to close above there. Kind of interesting to me. I'll definitely be carrying that forward. Let's see how the monthly's shaping up. The monthly is kind of barely hanging on. Ooh, man, this monthly, what is this at? About, wow, 48,000. Super important. Very, very important on the 48K. Ooh, man, I think if we wick back below 48K, it's going to get really nasty, kind of looking at this chart. We do have a vol flash, so that's nice to see. We will probably have resolution this week. Is what that is probably implying. Careful for throwbacks on this. That happens a lot. And by throwbacks, fake outs, like usually when you see vol flash like this, it means this is just showing, like when it flashes red or like a yellow sometimes, it's just like the single digits, zero reads almost on volatility, which usually you get expansion from that. And so, but back to the point, you just have to be careful. A lot of times, these will be throwbacks. It'll be fake outs. So it'll be like, oh, look, we're breaking out. And then it'll actually be a fake out, and we'll correct. Or let's say, it goes kind of down, right? And it's like, oh, crap. But then it's actually just a fake out. That happens a lot. Let's go back in time. I can probably give you a couple examples. Yeah, here's a zero read. Look at that. Boom. Pumps about 8%, followed by the actual newer trend right after that. Let's go back in time some more. This happens a whole lot with these, I've just noticed. This is a smaller scale, but still is definitely notable. Up about 8-9%. Weird. That's the same. Before dumping about 11%. So there's another example. Oh, wait. Here's another one. Dang, look, another one. 8-ish% too. Weird, before getting ripped. Wow, so that is 100% so far. Going back on this. And I knew it was very accurate, but I didn't think 100%. Oh, here's another one. Let's see, is it 8% again? It's about 6.5, 7. But same thing. This one was a pretty big one here. This one just said, let's start selling off. If I can actually click on it. Yeah, that was 15. So there was no, I guess maybe this little tiny fake out, but that doesn't really count. We're looking for more substantial ones. Anyway, y'all get the point. Just be careful of those. That does happen. And there is still lots of overhead supply right here between pretty much like mid 50,000. I'm not even really full bull boner until we open and close a weekly above 55K. Until then, I think this needs to be questioned a little bit, the trend. I'm not sure if price action is showing that this is, in fact, intact. I will definitely change my mind on that on a weekly open and closure above 55K. Then we can start talking about some new highs. That is weekly, so that takes a long time. I know crypto people, we only got to trade the damn Oh, we got to get on the 30-second, man. This is how you make all the tendies right here. You get on the 30-second, and so you hodl this whole trend forever while it goes down, up, and then you make money, dude. It's freaking great. Anyway, enough jokes. Back to price action. This weekly is decent. Really hammering down that 50,000 support level. Again, if we wick below 48,000, I think, period, at all, on any time frame, we just go below there. I do think we're going to have some further downside action. But the bulls so far, decent close on the week. Just kind of lackluster because it wasn't even able to close over the 21. That kind of sucks. And also, on the weekly note for Ethereum, here we are. We're kind of just hanging out on the tops. That's generally good. That is generally good. So, it's above its 21, so you can comfortably say that Ethereum is in an uptrend still. It is a little concerning, though, because this momentum is to the downside, or really more neutral than anything at these levels. And even this weekly candle that just closed, it's also super neutral. It's like literally just right between last week's candle, right between VWAPs, right underneath this trend line. I mean, it can't get more indecisive than that. So Ethereum isn't really giving us a clue there, except for the fact that it's just, holding that, about 3,800 area seems to be very important. Anything back, I think, like Bitcoin, anything back below 3,800 on this, we're probably going to test the tail end of this candle, and probably even a little bit lower is what this looks like. Because bulls really, I think they need to really step up this week, and I said that in the last video too. By the end of this year, first week of the year, at the most, I think they really got to kick it into gear, because this lollygagging when we're making lower highs and lower lows in a downtrend, generally you just continue with the trend. So it's a little, I guess I'm just being very neutral right here until I see a little bit more data. Just need a little bit more. All right, Litecoin, everything else is going to be the same. I'm not going to really talk about these too much, except for the fact that a lot of the chart patterns look extremely similar. And if Bitcoin, they added standard deviation bands on VWAP now, which is actually pretty useful, but you could have already done that. So I'm getting sidetracked. You can always add an alert on an indicator. You just right click it and you go add an alert, and you can add anything on anything. It's pretty cool. Anyway, these charts, they all have very similar structure, and I'm talking about the altcoin charts, are right around a 377 on most of them for longer term. Some we are below, like, EOS and Link we are below. So, they're not showing relative strength in the market, that's for sure. But something like XRP, if Bitcoin's going to stay up right here and not break down, which I would consider just staying above 49,000 is good, and Ethereum about 3,750, 3,800 is good. As long as we're above those two numbers, some of these altcoins are going to become very attractive for some pamps. There's already been a few good ones, but that's going to start becoming more commonplace in the altcoin space. So it's something to keep an eye on. I do think opportunity is coming up. Regardless which direction this goes, up or down, I do think this is going to be a nice traders market going actually into this year too. So something to probably look forward to. Something that's also interesting with some of this neutrality in the coins that we're talking about. Most of this stuff is just sideways. We did get XMR, was looking really good in the last video, Christmas Eve, so we actually are getting some follow through on that already. But we are coming up to major resistance, which is at about 230-ish. Back to that point, though, about the neutrality of everything. We do have that currently on futures right now. We are just chilling. There really isn't anything going on. We can zoom in on crack time frames, and you can see this. Oh, we do have a vol flash coming in. That's interesting as I speak. This is 7 minutes, so obviously they're going to happen a lot more frequent. Last time one happened was over here on the 23rd, and then a few over here when it just kept just going sideways. And there's a couple little clustered. Looks like they happen, once a day or so. We are getting one now, and let's see. Yeah, just super neutral. This is an interesting spot too for bulls on equities. We're right up against this level again. This is kind of a, let me clean this up a little bit. This is kind of a funky pattern here. It's like a backwards ascending triangle. Yeah, that's a broadening wedge maybe. I don't know. It's definitely kind of odd. It's a different kind of price structure here. I just like kind of the daily is a little easier to read. And really, as long as we're above like all this, about 4,700, it's okay. Will bulls be able to do it? They do have the setup right here with the 3 white knights or golden knights or whatever the hell it is. It's 3 big, nice, girthy candles in a row. They did lose momentum, though. It's worth noting we got a nice fat one here, a slightly less fat one, and another slightly less fat one. So the momentum was waning there a little bit. So, man, again, just like crypto, it's interesting. All the markets are kind of aligned on their charts. The bulls are going to need to step it up pretty hard and fast here, because if they just kind of camp up here, I do think there's enough sellers and a little bit of fear in this market to kind of just slappeth the bulls. I mean, as we can see here, this is a pretty good chop fest this month, and there's enough tailwinds with all the taper talk, the taper wins, and hawkish stuff with cutting rates, blah blah blah. So I mean, the backdrop is there, so whipsaw is a little bit more likely, and so I just think that's interesting that Bitcoin and equities are kind of in a similar position. The bulls need to step up relatively soon. This will be a very interesting week here, because it will close out. Dang, I'm going to have to do this on all. I wish they would have, not automatically put it on there. So if you had a bunch of VWAPs on, it didn't just, flood your chart. I don't need more crap on my charts. Anyway, another kind of, this is also kind of that broadening wedge, weird, formation here on the daily on NASDAQ. I mean, technically it's still lower lows and lower highs, so we haven't broken trend on the daily on tech stocks, so that probably doesn't bode well yet for continuation. Really need to see these bulls take out 16.5, man. Another kind of weird pattern over here too. Jesus, with all this crap on here. Dang it, man. I can't even click correctly. Hey, it's Sunday, man. Oh my god. And my mouse is breaking. I don't know what's going on. I haven't even had it for 2 years and it's already crapping out. It's supposed to be good, I thought. These Logitech something, or Corsair something. I don't know. It's just jumps and skips the track. Anyway, kind of that similar pattern, deeper low, consolidation, this weird kind of thing. Real flat, sloppy, sideways is F EMAs on the Dow daily. I mean, and the weekly close. I mean, yeah, defending 21, that's cool, but just not really having, the Bulls didn't have any strength or anything to say F you to the Bears by closing this kind of insignificant inside bar. So it's just kind of whatever. Very neutral. See if the end of the month has, I think that's it. Yeah, so this will be the yearly close too for everything, and the quarterly close and all of that fun stuff. So this will be a fun week, and I do believe that Friday is a short day. So do be on the lookout for that. And it'll probably be kind of a low volume day, which can bode well and help big moves happen. Anyway, there's the 12-month on the Russell. Wait, that doesn't work because I forgot they just went to CME. Jeez, man, this yearly, look at these. I mean, that's, when you look at it on the yearly, it's just like, oh my God. Let's go SPX. Give us a little bit more time. And then let's also clean everything up. I mean, Jesus. But if you look at it in linear, it's like, yep, parabolic. Yep, totally is. Well, nothing to see here. Totally fine. Totally fine. See, that's why I pretty much exclusively do linear. Like, what are you even going to do with this chart? Besides, oh my God, I can't imagine buying right now. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Well, let's see what Bitcoin's looks like. It's not going to be very useful. No. Yeah, just marking like some really big lows. I mean, like this level right here, 13 to 16. That's probably where the next bear market would go. I could see that happening. Which sounds crazy. People are like, oh my God, how could you say that? Well, you know, Bitcoin does crazy stuff. Usually goes down, 80, 90% from its highs. Well, we can just see right here. It's actually really easy to measure. There's 80 something percent, 85 or whatever. There's another 85. And so, I mean, what if we went 85 now? Where does that put us? Oh, look. At 10K. Damn, it actually puts us right on the 10 simple MA that's barely able to plot 2 different things. So that's actually going to probably be a very serious reference point for the future here. So anyway, these markets kind of just sideways. I'm expecting some pretty good resolution in the next couple of weeks. It might not happen this week just because of the short week trading and all that, but it wouldn't surprise me, especially with these low volume weeks. You can swing price a little bit, and especially with the backdrop, like the last time it's like 2018 when they were going to do hike stuff and announced it and kind of tapering off, and that was a brutal December, lots of swinging. So if you don't remember that, we can just go back in time real quick. Let's go to the main market. And let's go back. Nope, that's Corona. Here it is. So pretty brutal move here. About 20% down. And literally the bottom was actually Christmas Day. How funny. So, yeah, hey, maybe we're done. But I don't know. This week, I do think in the next week or two, we're going to get some nice resolution on these, and opportunities will be all over the place. So get ready to start the new year off well. And with that, I think I'm just going to wrap this biatch up with a bow. 48K, I think if we wick below 48,000 on Bitcoin, it's going to be no bueno. And to the upside, if we start getting above, like closing these lower time frames above like 51.6, let's just call it 52. We start closing lower time frames above 52,000. We can probably start looking for some higher moves, probably up to about 57-ish. And then the ultimate thing I need to see is I want to see a weekly open and close above 55K. And then I'll get my full bull boner out on Ethereum. And that's, and for the downside, pretty much anything losing 48. I mean, we're talking some serious damage if we start getting back down here. I mean, I could easily see the floor coming out and going to like upper 30s. And I do think we'd probably even work our way down into the lower 30s too over time. But anyway, I'm not saying it's happening now. Just kind of those are the two options. We start breaking down. We probably get follow through on the bears, but above that 55, man, weekly open and close above there, it's party time. Ethereum kind of just going extra super sideways. I really just need to get above the 4,200 level, 420, hell yeah. And anything back, I think just wicking back below 3,800 starts to get real ugly, and you got to question the strength of the bulls at that time. So we'll see what happens this week. Have an awesome night, rest of your night. Have a great week, and we will chat soon. Much love. No Noiz out. Peace.